Hetepu. Peace and blessings to all from Divine Peace, Meditation and Yoga. This is Mama Imani, taking a meditative moment. Hashtag Hetepu Yoga. It is about 8:45. I've been up since, for the second time, since about 7:45. Decided to take the trash out, wash out the kitchen can, brought everything outside, and found out that there was light drizzle. So went to check on my container plants. You'll see the mop in the background. I use mop in a bucket on the trash can. Just brought it back in after rinsing it. On the porch here, we've got our favorites. The aloe plant. You'll see some remnants of the red pepper flakes that I sprinkled down to repel insects. Our watermelon basket with a little white flower peeking out. The zinnias, red, double flame red zinnias hanging in even with the cooler temperatures. And we've got our wildflower basket trying to attract pollinators. Let's just take a moment, go around to the side. I'll admit it, I have not been coming out here diligently. A lot of family stuff at work. Losing my favorite class, having it canceled off the schedule, affected me more deeply than I wanted to admit. But I'm changing the configuration of the garden. I was coming out here early to water. I've been inconsistent. Rainwater got low in the container, the catchment container, and I started going back to using the buckets, getting the water from the sink. So hopefully a couple of days of rain will start to refill that catchment container. But I'm going to bring pallets back forward now that our neighbor has moved and a new neighbor has already moved in. And he parks his truck close to the street, in the driveway close to the street, so I can bring the urban farm forward. Our neighbor across the way that had the small children that always spoke to us, and that was 6 months pregnant, she and her family have moved, and we do miss them. So, best wishes, Godspeed to them. This is our quarantine area with the containers that got hit by the insects really hard. Whatever was in these two containers never got to really grow up. The groundskeeper sprays cut grass clippings everywhere, so a lot of weeds have grown in these containers. The hollyhocks never got the flowers on the box. And this is over here because the insects were hitting it kind of hard as well. Here is a narrow pallet that our eldest son contributed to the farm. We've got some struggling sage here. Gonna probably have to reclaim the soil because I have not seen any greenery. Oh, there's a little something trying to do it in here, but I think it may have gotten too chilly for it. Temperatures are now down to the low 70s. Yesterday the high was 69. Ornamental gourds. I'm seeing lots of female flowers and no male flowers. So if they're not self-pollinating, I don't have any male flowers, mature male flowers, to pollinate all these sisters with. And peeking out in between the leaves of the gourds is our mint plant. Whoop. There we go. I'm gonna have to harvest some for tea. It's getting chilly. Our red verbena flowers coming back. The storms knock these flowers about, and it's a die-hard. It's a die-hard. Over here in this quadrant, I planted some early-on variety of cabbage. And this is a mint plant, and I don't see any cabbage. So we're gonna have to get some better seeds. No offense to Dollar Tree, but the seeds I got from Dollar Tree 2 years ago, they were disappointing. And we're coming over here to another disappointing section. The winter squash. A couple of tiny, 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 tiny leaves that I cannot be sure it's not weeds. Over here, what we got? This is either red velvet lettuce or spinach. This one over here is red velvet lettuce or spinach. I cannot remember. The sun and weather wore away my markers. So if nothing comes up before it gets much cooler, our frost date is mid-November. I say mid-November because last year it was supposed to be November 20th, and we had frost about a week earlier. The memorial wildflower basket flowers just keep popping back up. Look at that. Look at those beauties. Close up. Yeah. Nice. A few pollinators enjoying early morning snack. Over here, spearmint. Waited all since August for this, such a small production. No matter. Just keep on going. Elderberry tree. Bending to the wind. I keep shifting her around. Got to get a bigger pot, a much bigger pot, to bury her up to about maybe here. Cut these off. Bury to at least here, and maybe it'll grow a little straighter. Our microgreens hot mix. Might be able to get one more harvest out of there. Our sugar baby watermelon. We got flowers, but it doesn't look like this baby's gonna get any bigger. The blackberry bramble going wild. Over here, this is let me see if I can. This is beans. No, peas. These are peas. And this is carrots. Basket of wildflowers over there. Got to prune that or reclaim that soil. This is the container for the multicolor sweet peppers. They just sprouted up. This is spearmint. And our last two producers. Time to harvest these beautiful cherry tomatoes. This is probably the last bit I'm gonna get from these two pots. The other pots that didn't have dying leaves are over here. I moved them off the small pallet because I'm going to move the small pallet to the front. This here cooler I'm using as a table. This that was a curb bulk pickup rescue. Here, Seiku's French breakfast radishes. I'm going to take them to the porch later so that they can be harvested. Chives gone to flower. Our compost pile, I'm working on it, y'all. Things are starting to grow out of it. Transferring everything to the blue bin. Over here by the wall are the other tomato plants that have started dying off. Branches are going in compost. Soil's going to be reclaimed. Here, a couple of house plants bit the dust. Other reclaimed soil. I forget what this was, but other than grass clippings, nothing ever grew. So all of this is going to be reclaimed soil. This entire wall is our reclaimed soil. And I brought seating arrangement from the back to the side garden so that we can watch where the majority of our plants are. This is the lavender plant that made it through the attack months and months ago. And I believe this is sage. So we're back to the front of the driveway. All right. Thank you so much for watching this garden video update to the end. Please give it a thumbs up, which means that you liked it. Leave us an inspiring comment. We need as much inspiration and motivation as we can get. Fall gardening and winter gardening, there's no bells, there's no whistles, there's no big spotlight. It's a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of tending to what you see as potential, and praying and hoping for the best possible outcome. And that's what we'll be doing this fall and this winter and early spring. And then in late spring, everything that we have started inside and that we have tended during fall, winter, and early spring will hopefully explode with growth and abundance in late spring and early summer. So here is hoping that, hoping that your Sashata Tahuti Tuesday continues to be safe, healthy, and blessed with abundance. Meria, much love. Blessed be.